Wow, here we are, week 30. Week 30 for Doodling with Purpose. In your spare time, when you're, in meetings or on the phone or just hanging out at home, instead of just doodling anything, you could be doodling with purpose and learning what the ancient Egyptians knew. No, not how to pull giant stones up causeways to build pyramids. How to write like an Egyptian. Write like an Egyptian. It almost sounds like it should be a song. All right, so as we do each week here on Doodling with Purpose, we're going to go through 3 new glyphs, but first we'll start with a review of the 3 glyphs we learned last week, because we should be practicing every single week, all of these. All right, so last week we did the basket, which is a circle, and then 2 diagonal lines up, and then connect them. And that's your basket or your jar. Next, we're going to do a pintail duck. In flight, there's the wings. We're going to do a lightning bolt like Harry Potter's scar for the legs, a face, and an eye. All right, and then finally, we are going to do the lion's rear, or the hind of a lion, with the tail up like that. All right, so for this week, the first glyph we're going to do is actually a really important one. It is a house plan. So it's very similar, actually, to when we look at a blueprint in modern times for what would be a house plan and how one would draw what a house looks like with an open space for a door and lines for walls. Now, of course, in ancient Egypt, the houses were not as complex. They were more squares than all of these different rooms connecting. But you'll recognize in the glyph, it looks, like a house plan. There's the open door at the bottom, and there's the walls. So this symbolizes sort of looking up, down above at a house. This glyph shows up a lot, in a lot of words. So it's a good one to definitely know. It makes the sound purr, like a cat, like purr, like it's purring, P-R. All right, pretty easy to draw, right? It's a rectangle with a space there. So you just kind of go around in a circle for a rectangle. Start at the bottom, go up, across, down, but don't connect. Leave a space. One more time. Start at the bottom, around, down, but leave a space. And that's purr, the house. All right, next we have the pintail duck. And you're probably going, wait a minute, we did the pintail duck last week. Well, yes, we did the pintail duck in flight. But leave it to the Egyptians to not settle for one pintail duck. They actually have 3 pintail ducks in the hieroglyphs. So we did the flying version of the pintail duck. Now we're going to do the standing version, because the ducks also stand. You basically know this is a pintail duck because of the way it comes to a point at the end. And the bottom is not what I always kind of call the sky bird. For the bottom, it's just more of a half circle, a full loop down there to do the pintail duck. And you can see again like the cross coming out the back there, which is how you can sometimes recognize the pintail duck compared to other fowl and other birds. Well, birds are fowl. That's sort of saying the same thing twice, isn't it? So yeah, there's a lot of birds. But hey, when you live on a river. This makes tsa. It's not 3 consonants. It's like an SZ together and then an A. So z. So yeah, I know we're doing double consonants, not triple yet. All right, so pintail duck, pretty easy. It's just loop and loop with that X at the end, face, and then legs and something to stand on. And then you can do a little wing detail. All right, so once again, we're going to do a loop up, loop back by crossing in the back with that X, neck, head, eye, legs, something to stand on, and wing detail. So you see that little X at the end. That's how you know it's a pintail duck. Cross for the X, up for the neck, circle for the head, beak, eye, legs, something to stand on, and we'll do a little wing detail. And there's sa, the pintail duck. All right, last up for this week, we are going to do a looped cord to hobble cattle, meaning something like this, basically the way you would tie a knot in order to keep cattle from running off or keep them in one place to graze. And again, you might recall that this is not a foreign concept. We've done a looped cord in the past. This was ts, like TZ, even though it's one consonant. Well, this one's a little bit it looks more complicated than it is. It's actually not, this looks like, what the heck? How am I supposed to draw that? It's actually relatively easy. And it actually even has a little extra little ribbon at the top that I'm going to show you. So, all right. This also is sa, same as the standing pin-tailed duck, same exact sound. So, all right. So we're going to start with 3 8s. 8, 8, 8. Do a line straight through the middle of the 8s. Do a circle on either end, or like a little oval. Then at the top, we're going to do a ribbon with 2 wings. So one more time. 8, 8, 8. Line straight through the middle. A oval at the end, an oval at the end, a ribbon at the top, and then give the ribbon wings. Up, down, and back. All right, so one more time. 8, 8, 8. Straight through the center of the 8s. Do an oval, and then a ribbon at the top. Go up, down, and straight. Up, down, and straight. And that up is a little curved on that wing. All right, for those of you who normally come to my channel, and it's mostly about toys and my discussions of the time in the toy industry, well, there you go. Now this video can be about toys too, right? I actually really like the Play School Egyptian sets. They're pretty amazing. All right, we'll continue our journey. We got some more double consonants coming next week, and then eventually the triple consonants. And then we'll go on to maybe reading and learning some vocabulary. Hey, learning never stops, especially while we're all home, right? And we need something else to do. That's kind of why I started this whole channel. And if you enjoy this, give me a like. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Are there more things you'd like me to explain? Am I explaining well? You have questions? I will absolutely address them. Thanks for watching.